So we set up Kindling to try and look at ways to deal with a very broken mainstream industrialised food system that just is damaging for biodiversity, climate, soil, farmers, communities. And we looked at turning that on its head and saying, well, how can we create a different food system that's fairer for all? And it's great, and we are managing to do it, but the economics of trying to do that within the existing food system is really hard. And what we started by doing was having projects that were grant funded and that were about training up new growers and really focused on that, engaging communities in sustainable food.
Yeah, that's fine, because I cleared it out, there's no brassicas or anything. Sure. Yeah.
And then what we realised was that we actually needed to change that way of doing things and create a market garden that worked well commercially and did manage to help growers make a living out of growing good, organic, healthy food and making that accessible to our communities. And when we looked for how we could do that and the costs of doing that and the costs of increasing our team and the cost of increasing our infrastructure in the way that we needed to, there weren't any grants out there really. And LEAP as a loan and a small grant was one of the only ways that we could have done that. It was the only way that would fund infrastructure and support us while we grew our grower team. So I think a small organic market garden that is trying to grow from being a mainly training focused and community focused project to being a project that can grow a significant amount of food and make that accessible. LEAP is a really perfect way of funding that transition. So if you're working with a normal bank, for example, they need to see that you're going to increase your profit margins significantly over time to be able to pay this back. And also, there isn't any kind of flexibility. So if something happens, you have a bad season or one of your growers leaves or something like that, you're really stuck because you still have to pay your bank interest back. Whereas with LEAP, you can have conversations with them and they understand it. They understand that everyone's had a terrible season last year and that you might just need to take a break from paying it back. And that's perfect. From LEAP we got a loan and a small grant, and the loan was to help us to grow our farm team and to be able to have more hours, which is what we needed to be able to increase significantly the volume of sales, and also a small grant that was about doing our community work and engaging more people in sustainable food because that desperately needs doing. Helen. The other thing that they do is kind of offer us support. So every 3 months or 4 months we get a check-in as well, and they kind of find out how we're doing and try and offer us support, looking at our social impact monitoring. So that's all been really useful. And there's just very few people, funders, banks out there that will do that and understand it from the small grower point of view. Kindling has quite a grand vision for the future, which is about creating a fairer and more sustainable food system for everyone. And we believe that we need to do that not just on our own by doing projects like Kindling Market Garden and Kindling Farm, but by learning as much as we can and engaging other farmers in that so that they can learn from us and learn from our mistakes and our successes and then teach us what they learn afterwards so that we can improve what we do. And then also through engaging as many people as we can in sustainable food.